Kaged Nation? My name is Kevin Jackwitz. This is the Kaged Match, and we are here watching the review for WWE Raw for December 2nd, 2019. So this is right after that god-awful Starrcade pay-per-view. Charlie interviews the AOP right off the bat, and they start speaking in their native language. She doesn't know what the hell they're saying. Tries to talk English. One of them says, "You look great, Charlie," or something like that, and they both walk off. So it was pointless. Samoa Joe, then on commentary, I like Samoa Joe on commentary. I think he's doing a really good job. So that was cool. Then you get a Seth Rollins promo where he is trying to apologize for being a dick last week, especially to Kevin Owens. Kevin Owens comes out. He says he smells bullshit. The AOP show up. They suggest a match between Rollins with Kevin Owens versus them. Kevin Owens says, "I know how this is going to go. It's going to be winding up with the three of you jumping me, so let's just get on with it." Seth Rollins says that's not the case. I'm just going to leave you to it if that's how you feel. So he takes off. The AOP just look at Kevin Owens and walk off too. So don't know what to make of that yet. After that, you get Lana comes out and starts cutting a promo. For some reason, even though Kevin Owens is still in the ring. Kevin Owens is just cutting her off at every turn, and he throwing some really good barbs. I got to give Kevin Owens some credit with his promos, especially on Lana lately. Like, he's hit some fire. Really makes himself look good over Lana, honestly. So Bobby Lashley comes out, and there's a match with Kevin Owens and Bobby Lashley. Kevin Owens gets the win. But the big story is AOP come out, and the reason Kevin Owens gets a win is because they start beating his ass. He gets the DQ win. Then Rusev comes out and attacks Bobby Lashley and takes off again. Now, Lana and Lashley had security guards with them, and they were supposed to arrest Rusev because Lana had a restraining order against him. So they do this miraculously stupid bit. And I say miraculously stupid because this is stupid for being stupid. There's these guys, and Bobby Lashley's like, "You were supposed to arrest Rusev," and they're like, "Well, this is Tennessee, and we do things different here. We're WWE fans." Like, they're paying zero attention to what actually happens in real life, first of all. They have completely ruined the suspension of disbelief with angles like this. And so what happens is they wind up arresting Bobby Lashley for no reason whatsoever. Didn't break the law. They were just like, "You know what, we're cops, we're going to arrest you." Just so they could get the fans to pop. Lana slaps one of these guys, so they arrest her too, so the crowd pops again. But it was fucking stupid. The whole thing was moronic at best. And it really, I hate to say it, but it really goes to show the state of our nation. Because all these people are just like, "Yay!" And I'm like, what? This is retarded. It is. I'm sorry. It's inane. So, whatever, man. Moving on. Drew McIntyre versus Akira Tozawa. This was a glorified squash match. Drew McIntyre gets the win. Tozawa doesn't get much in for offense. Drew McIntyre gets the win. Starts cutting a promo. Says, "I'm not one of these guys who talks a bunch of mess on Twitter. If I have a problem with you, I'm going to talk to you face to face." Calls out Randy Orton. Randy Orton comes out. Drew McIntyre starts talking a bunch of nonsense. Randy Orton walks away. And then the OC come out. And this is where things get just convoluted. Because you got Drew McIntyre and Randy Orton. They've got this segment that they're trying to pull. The OC come in and interrupt. And AJ Styles is pissed off at Randy Orton. So Drew McIntyre says, "You know what? It looks like you got your hands full," and just walks away from everything. OC start attacking Randy Orton. Ricochet comes out. OC take him out. Humberto Carrillo comes out. They take him out. Rey Mysterio comes out. They finally start evening the odds and push the OC out. None of it makes sense because even Ricochet and Randy Orton are supposed to be at odds. So it's like they're just not following any kind of cohesive storyline for anything. So Orton, Mysterio, Carrillo, Ricochet, they're all backstage. Orton says, "I appreciate your help, but I didn't need it," even though he was getting his ass handed to him. Then you get Tony Nese versus Aleister Black. They're finally doing something with Aleister Black with somebody that's got a name, sort of. And I mean, it was a good match. I really like seeing Aleister Black in the ring. I just wish they would do more with him. Honestly, that's really what it comes down to. But it was a strong outing for Aleister Black. He got the decisive win. There you go. Charlie interviews Buddy Murphy after because Buddy Murphy and Aleister Black have had some frayed ends lately. And Buddy Murphy cuts kind of an awkward promo where he's talking about if Aleister Black isn't going to cool his jets, then Buddy Murphy's going to cool him for him. Whatever. Andrade with Zelina versus Eric Young. They haven't done anything with Eric Young really, so you kind of know where this is going. Andrade gets the win. No surprise there. Then you get a 24/7 bit with R-Truth. He runs past the ring behind the barricade in the audience where Kyle Busch is. And so there's a bunch of wrestlers that run right past him, go through the crowd, running past R-Truth. And then I forget the other guy that was there with Kyle Busch, but he takes his shirt off and it's a referee shirt. Kyle Busch rolls up. R-Truth wins the 24/7 belt, starts walking toward the back to a lot of boos. So I think people are just getting burnt out with that. Charlie interviews Seth Rollins, asks if, he's going to help Kevin Owens out later. And she asked why Seth Rollins didn't help Kevin Owens out. Seth Rollins said he tried to. Kevin Owens didn't want his help. There you go. Then you get a Rowan bit, talking to the cage again, whatever. No Way Jose versus Eric Rowan. The conga line is with No Way Jose. They go to look inside the cage, and Rowan gets set off, and he just takes out the entire conga line, including No Way Jose, in a very decisive win. Then there's an interview backstage with Rowan where they're trying to find out what's in the cage, and he just gets angrier and angrier with every time they ask and just walks away. Then you get Charlotte Flair versus Asuka and Kairi Sane. This is just dumb. The last 2 weeks, Charlotte Flair has faced Asuka. She's lost both times, so now she's going to take on Asuka and Kairi Sane. They tried to make Charlotte Flair look very strong against both women, but it was all ridiculous. Like, honestly, if you can't beat one, how are you going to beat two? And why are you looking so strong against the women's tag team champions? Everything was stupid there. She had Asuka in the figure 4 going for the figure 8. Kairi Sane was on the top rope, hit the elbow, done. She gets the win. They asked if Charlotte Flair regretted that decision backstage. She just says no and walks off. And that was the second time during the show they asked that question. I don't get why. Viking Raiders then take on Mark Sterling and Mitchell Lyons. Couple of locals. It's a squash match. Viking Raiders go over. Why are you doing this with the Raw Tag Champions? Humberto Carrillo, Rey Mysterio, and Ricochet cut a promo. It was kind of awkward talking about superheroes, and none of it really made sense, but whatever. The whole point is that they're going to beat the OC. The OC cut a promo too, where they're saying there's no such thing as heroes, whatever. So it is basically, it's a decent match. Ricochet, Rey Mysterio, Humberto Carrillo are all fun to watch. AJ Styles is very good in the ring. The OC get the win though when AJ Styles hits a second rope Styles clash on Ricochet. They get the win, and then Randy Orton comes out, RKO's AJ Styles, and that's where they leave Raw. Convoluted. Stupid. These are the first words that come to my mind with this episode of Raw. They didn't plan anything out. They came up with some just ridiculous storyline. Like, the whole cop thing with Bobby Lashley, Lana, Rusev, the whole thing was just jarring. It boggled my mind how anybody could even cheer for that. Honestly, it really did. At the end of the day, they didn't plan out a lot. They didn't build for anything. Like, there was no build for the upcoming TLC pay-per-view. So it just, everything about this was bad. And this is WWE, true to form, especially at this time of year. So I'm going to give it a 1 out of 10 because I don't feel like it deserves much more than that because they didn't put in the effort. 1 out of 10. Let me know what you guys think in the comments below. If you enjoyed this or if you agree with me, hit the like button, subscribe, and share. My name is Kevin Jackowitz. Kaged Nation out.